Hi everybody, I'm Mekaela Clark. It's my testimony video. It took me a while to make it because I didn't exactly know what I wanted to talk about for a while. What my testimony would be, um, but I guess I could, channel off of some stuff from freshman year in college. I did make a big switch in regards to my partying life, I guess. I wouldn't say I was much a partier, but I was a drinker and a smoker. Smoking weed, not cigarettes, no cancer sticks. But um, I did, it was almost like it was pretty much every weekend type thing. A Thursday on a college campus is the equivalent to a Friday, pretty much. Like, we don't sign up for Friday classes. So Thursday night, as soon as classes was done, is when the weekend would begin, the partying would begin. We would just, that was the time to get it in. And, we weren't old enough, so we either had a friend that, could play the people at the liquor store, or we would just have somebody that was older and, be like, hey, can we, whatever we had to do to get, something to drink or to get somebody to buy the drink for us or whatever. So we would, we didn't even need a reason. We would just put on a laptop, blast some music in our room, and be playing drinking games, King's Cup, higher, lower. I point at you, you drink. It didn't matter. We just wanted to drink pretty much, and then we would smoke, and then people will be just so open and willing to smoke, and that's really weird. I'm not used to people just offering me like, hey, did you want to come over and smoke? Like, usually it's, people are more stingy about the stuff. I mean, you have to pay for it, but people are really open to it. And I mean, that was pretty dangerous, and I was really a little trusting to just be smoking people's stuff, which was not really that smart. After I thought about the situation afterward, they could have laced it with anything, but I wasn't thinking about that at the time. It was basically, I'm away from home. I don't have to worry about coming back home drunk or coming back home high or whatever, because I'm just coming back to my spot or blah blah blah. It wasn't even like I'm out of the house to let me go crazy. It was more of like there's no curfew and I'm with some friends and we want to have a good time. Like, it's not like this is like binge drinking. Like, this is finally my chance to see what alcohol is about. Like, because I tasted alcohol before I'd gotten to college. It was just, you know, it's the weekend and that's what everybody's doing and it's fun. I mean, and that's how you meet people, you drink and stuff like that. So it became this thing that was fun or something to do. And we got to the point where it was like some crazy stuff. Like, I remember there was always a way to find weed, but we didn't have like blunt wraps or anything for it. So I remember one time we just like had some weed. We were like, we gotta smoke, we gotta smoke, we gotta smoke. And we are like, but we don't have like any blunt wraps. And, you got $1, I don't have $1. And it was like this like weird thing, whatever. So I went and I was like, I got a Sharpie marker. And we were like, oh shoot, let's use that. So we really like undid, I don't even have like a Sharpie marker to like even explain, like just look at a Sharpie marker, like this is crazy. We like took the marker part out of the Sharpie or whatever. We like opened it up, took the marker part out, like washed the Sharpie out, and we basically used a Sharpie as like our blunt to like smoke out of a Sharpie before. And we like took a liter bottle of soda and we like put the Sharpie in the side of the thing and like filled it up with the thing at the bottom and we got like some foil and we like did the thing. Like, really, we like, that's some like pothead type crazy stuff. Like, we like went over the top and made stuff, like made up some like mechanics and machines just to make sure that we could smoke. Like, it wasn't even that serious. It was just, I don't know. And it was annoying sometimes. I don't know. We would smoke and then I would be high and then I'd get annoyed with being high. It was like, I don't want to be high anymore. Like, I want to be in my, right mindset. Or I would drink or whatever and I'd be sloppy or walking sideways or whatever. Or I'd see myself walking straight and then somehow my arm would like hit the wall or something. I'd be like, wait, how did that happen? So it would get frustrating because I didn't have full control over myself, or like I wanted to say certain things right, or I wanted to walk straight, or I wanted to, if I reached my hand out in front of me, I didn't want it to like go everywhere else before it got to where I wanted it to go. So it would get irritating and frustrating. Like, I look really dumb. Like, I look stupid. Like, people are looking at me like sidestepping, and people are looking at me slurring, and people are looking at me, just crazy. Like, oh my gosh, what is she going through? Like, why is she doing that? Like, it's not cute. Like, it's one thing to be drinking a little, and it's one thing to be like sloppy drunk. And I didn't like to be sloppy drunk. I didn't do it regularly, but it was, there were the occasional times that I did, and I would, when it was sloppy drunk, it wasn't cute. Like it was, you're loud, you all over the place, your clothes falling all off of you, your hair looks crazy now, or whatever. It's like that girl don't know how to put a bottle down. Like it just wasn't cute, and it's not attractive, and I didn't want that to become the image of what people saw of me, or because especially freshman year, that's like imprinted. Like I remember her, that girl from that party that was falling all over the wall, and she threw up in the toilet, or you don't want that to become your image or what people know you as, or like, oh, you're the one that threw up. Like I actually have a name, but that's just kind of what you're looked at as, and I didn't want that to become me. And when it got to the point where I remember we would crossfade, which is basically you get drunk and high at the same time, and that was a horrible thing in itself. But I remember one time when I woke up the next morning, and then my friends were like, oh, you remember what happened last night? And I was like, I remember sitting there and we were like eating peanuts and drinking, and there was some strawberry, and we like threw some frozen strawberries at each other, blah blah blah. And they were like, that's all you remember? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, you did a lot more than that. And I was like, wait, what? Like, what happened? And they were like, you did this, and you went there, and you went down those stairs, and you were crawling, and blah blah blah. And they like listed all this stuff that basically I did, and I had no recollection of it. Like I was blacking out, like from drinking and doing stuff, like doing it so regularly that it would get to the point where I would forget certain stuff, or it would like be blocked out, or I don't recall doing stuff. I would wake up at the next day, and I would have like combos with like my roommates or my friends, and be like, so wait, this is what I remember happened. Is that what happened? And they'd be like, oh, you forgot some stuff. And I was like, that's crazy. Like the fact that my mind is not, like, I'm drinking so much to the point that I'm impairing my brain. Like I'm killing brain cells by smoking weed, and then I'm throwing alcohol on top of it that's causing me to forget stuff. Like I was my own roofie. Like it was crazy. And I was like, that's not, like, that's when it was like, it's never been that serious. Like drunkenness has never been that serious. And I would put myself in a vulnerability, especially around people I didn't know, even though I came down to Northridge with friends and things that I knew of. I was still put myself at risk, because I don't know all the guys that are here at this party, and they see me, not fully, on my A game, and they're like, oh, snatch her up, take her back to the room. Like it didn't matter whether that was in their mindset or not. I was still putting myself out there to be taken advantage of, and it was not okay. And I was like, this drinking is not even all that special. There's like no benefit to drinking like that. Like it doesn't even taste like delicious. It's not even tasting like apples and raspberries and strawberries. Like it tastes like really hard and bitter. And there's not really I can't think of any time that I drank and had a happy ending. Like there was nothing cute about it afterward. And smoking weed was not really a necessity. I didn't need it. It was not necessary for me to be doing it. So I cut all that stuff out. I stopped smoking weed, and I haven't touched it, and I haven't been drinking. Like I can't say that I haven't had alcohol since freshman year. Like that would be a lie, but it's not an every weekend thing. It's not an everyday Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night type drinking thing at all. Like I've had a drink, and even then I don't even try to take it to the point of drunkenness. I might just sip on it, just, oh, you guys made a little margarita, whatever, I'll drink a little something just because, but not taking it to a drunken state. And drunkenness is not okay. It's not cute. And I just hope that my testimony can be kind of an insight or just an inspiration that hopefully nobody has to, go through or experience what I experienced for them to get the wake up call that I had to get. But just maybe my story would be enough for you to, think about or realize that stuff needs to be done in moderation, or to cut it out completely. So I'm not perfect. I still take a sip every now and then, but I am hope.